How's it going, everyone? Daxellz here, and today it turns out Let's Game It Out has gone back to Hydroneer. I never thought we would see the day, so I am grateful that we get to see the next episode of it. Let's get straight into it. To be fair, if you're just one of those people that just watch the Let's Game It Out reactions, yes, I shaved, and yes, I have a bald face, but it's growing back. This is only 2 days worth of growing it back, so don't be too put off. Please just don't look at my face. And away we
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're playing some Hydroneer today. The only game I know of where there's a wanted sign for my immediate capture. We're doing stuff like this, and also this, and a little bit of this. The game just got a massive 2.0 update, so I figured it's time we jump back in and see if we can't find some new horrible things to do. And also, this video is sponsored by Dislyte. But enough talk. New game. Ah, dear sweet Hydroneer. How many videos have we done now where we've absolutely laid waste to this starting area? And by that, I mean it's time for one more. Okay, real quickly, here's how the game works. Shovel, dirt, goes in this bucket. Do that 4 times. Bucket's full. Cast aside the shovel. Get this stupid brush out of the way. Bucket, meet the pan. Take your now empty bucket, hurl it into the river. Once its bucket tummy is all full of water, drop it into the pan. Thanks, bucket. Now get out of here. Grab your brush and let some wizardry happen. And oh my good bucket, now get out of here. Grab your brush and let some wizardry happen. And oh my goodness, 1 gold nugget all for us. And then we take that gold nugget, run it around in the dirt for a little bit before running it up to the jeweler, and then just drop it right on that nice clean tablecloth. And then over here in the sell zone, population us, and sell. Oh my goodness, we're 11 heirs. What a time to be alive. And then take that money all the way back to your dirt pile. Grab that shovel, dig yourself a nice hole, and then hide your earnings. What are the chances we forget where it is, right? You know, now that I've covered it back up, I couldn't help but notice that it's like way bigger than when I started. Now it basically looks like buried treasure, or like I buried a body here. Why is there so much extra dirt? Like if I dig a little bit and just put it back, shouldn't it be back where it started? Or it could be a little bit elevated off the ground. Wait a minute. Are you telling me that if I just dig and then add dirt and just do this over and over again, it just keeps adding extra dirt? Wait, and I can just keep doing this? And well, the answer appears to be yes. Yes, you can just make a column of dirt out of nothing. Well, guess we gotta see how far we can take this. Okay, I think we might have found the upper limit. Once we got to this point, it looks like it's not going any higher. All this from just digging straight down. Well, that sure is something else, isn't it? I mean, look at how much we can see from up here. We can see these buildings over here. We can see the shop right here. We can see our car. Hey, where's that awesome music coming from? Well, it's today's sponsor, Dislyte. Dislyte is a... Alright, get ready for this. It's a stylish, urban, mythological RPG. I bet you didn't even know that was a thing, did you? Available now and free to play for Android and iOS. Basically, it's a future take on 4 different types of mythology you're already probably familiar with. Like, look, here's one hero, or as the game calls them, Espers, who is Artemis, even though the game calls her Mona. And my personal favorite, which is Anubis, or as the game calls him, Drew. Just Drew. I don't know why. And then you go explore the game's story by way of sweet cutscenes and a whole bunch of dialogue, which you can skip. And the game even gives you a too long didn't read of the conversation, because you'll be too occupied anyway, roughing up bad guys in some in-depth tactical combat, where you'll take 5 of your finest and let them sort it out in some turn-based battles. The game is designed to be a chill gameplay experience, so you can also automate the battles and obtain loot without even using your hands. So hit that autoplay and speed up to 3x. And during battles, you can even minimize the game so that you'll still be leveling while doing other stuff. And let's not forget the game's fat beats.
Oh yeah. Kill him.
Yeah. So if that sounds good to you, there's a linky in the description for you to check the game out for free for yourself. And thanks again to Dislyte for sponsoring. Let's see what other ways we can create nothing from dirt. I'm not going to be content to just do one of these. I think we know what we need to do, which is some performance tests. So let's pick another place to start digging. And I think you know where this is going. Hold, please. Okay. Yep, that should about do it. Yeah, I feel good about this. I feel really good about this. I may have spent a little time building a whole hell of a lot of these things. You know, just the amount of like a small forest. Because I mean, once you have an idea, you gotta just keep going with it, right? And while you're up here, you can do your ninja training, jumping from stump to stump until, oh no, you've fallen. It's okay though. Just kind of force your way out. Back to civilization. So now that we've got this crazy contraption here, what the hell happened to it? What happened to all my columns? Why are we left with these weird chunky ones? I demand an explanation to know what... Well, that's interesting. They must have added that in the new update to help with, God knows what. As long as my gorgeous forest is still...
It's probably so you don't
Here,
crash.
that's all I care about.
The
Anyway,
render
now that we
distance.
have this creation, I kind of wonder if there's something we can do with these stumps up here. So we're going to take the car and go on a quick road trip. Behold, the city of Bridgeport. Population, my car accidents. Ah, and it's nice to know my wanted sign is still there. Wanted for a cool 1 billion. I'm just so proud. Anyway, don't mind us. We're just here to visit old tools and equipment, because this is the place we go to buy a drill. Or it used to be. What the hell? The drills used to be right here. And in its place, we have all these like water hook things. Change. But I only want the kind that benefits me. Let's see. Over here, we got housing supplies. And over in fancy furniture, I'm definitely not seeing any drills. And over here in Conveyor Nation, these are, as you guessed it, a bunch of conveyor belts. Well, what the hell? Where are all the hot drills in my area? Wait, I think I figured it out. Look at that. Right at our starting base, too. A drill. Used machines. Tier 1, limited stock. Well, I can't say I like the sound of limited, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. After all, this is a forged iron drill, which is essentially what we're looking for. Oh, and would you look at that? I pull away one, and the next one is under lock and key. I see. It's not really limited stock. You just don't want to sell it all to me. All right, fine. We'll just work with the one we got. Oh, yeah, I gotta pay for stuff. 432. Well, no problem. We'll just go into our money pile. Who knows? Maybe if you bury money, it grows in value. See? Wait, look at that. It's worth so much more now. I'm just kidding. I did some mining on the side. I wouldn't put it past this game, though. And it's ours. Okay, now all we need to do is find a place to put it. I think I know just the spot. Okay, one second. It shouldn't be too hard. All we need to do is just build a really terrible looking stairway thing. Yep, it was that easy. I mean, really, it couldn't be more simple, right? All you have to do is time your little jumps, watch your little gingerbread man shadow, and slowly but surely make your way to the top. There we go. Easiest thing ever. Now to do it while holding a machine. Easy, easy. God, no. Easy.
34 times tries later.
I don't know why that was so hard, but here we are.
Gotta make the
finally.
jump, yeah.
All right, let's see. Where is it going to let me place this? Over the dirt, of course. All we have to do now is connect some pipes to the water below. Over here in ye olde shoppy, we have our tier 1 pipes waiting to be used. Not sure how many we're going to have to buy to reach that thing up there. Okay, I hope that's enough. I have no idea if it is. All right, and let's just start attaching. Yeehaw, we're done. That'll about do it. All we need to do now is connect this pipe right here, and that'll get the water flowing. Okay, let's give it a shot. Oh, well, there we go. Spitting out exquisite dirt chunks one after another, slowly but surely making a mess. Well, now I want to just add a whole bunch more, but there is still this to worry about. Not being able to just buy more of them. But wait, craftable in Ice Helm? Well, you don't need to tell me twice. Let's see, according to this map, we're right here at Ember Cradle, and that's the town of Bridgeport. Ah, there we go. Ice Helm. And here we are. Welcome to Ice Helm. Well, let's hope there's answers inside. Ooh, a mine shaft. Oh, you just want to leave without me, huh? That's fine. I'll just jump for it. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. Anyway, what do we have here? Oh, gotta admit, I wasn't expecting this.
Yo, this is sick.
pretty
Sound like
cool.
Skyrim.
But the real question is this where I craft my own drills? Okay, let's see. How do we think this works? Well, thankfully, it looks like they left some instructions. Wow, it couldn't be more simple. So this is probably this. And this, I'm hoping, is this. And call it a hunch, but I'm pretty sure this is this. Well, in that case, what the hell is this? Well, luckily, I think I have the answer for that, too. Because it turns out even in the mines of Moria, there's a tools and equipment shop. Behold, supplies. Up to and including these things. Pretty sure this is this. Place on the Ice Helm anvil pedestal, smelt the required weight resources, and pull the lever. Well, let's give this a shot.
But it cost money.
I'm not really sure why, but I was expecting some Raiders of the Lost Ark stuff to happen. Okay, now I guess we need to make that kind of bar that's that heavy. And you know I'm allergic to doing stuff by the book, but we'll see if this works out. Meanwhile, back at the hellscape, this thing is still doing its job, even before stuff loads in. Wow, this thing sure has been busy. Now all we need to do is convert these dirt clumps into something where we can get the stones out of them, which I guess means we're gonna need this thing. The harvester breaks dirt chunks into resources. Okay, looks like we only get one of these two, so let's make it count. So we're just gonna put this thing on the ground out here, as close to the water as I can get it, so I don't have to relive these nightmares.
Yep.
Yes, we're all very proud of you. Well, thank God that was easy to set up. And now all we need to do is give it something to grind. Here you go, have a test piece.
Oh.
Yep, worked as intended. Now we just need to figure out how to get all that into this machine. But I have just the thing for that. Meet my old friend, Magnet on a Stick. Attracts resources when activated. This should make everything a lot easier. Watch. Ah, yeah. And we'll just grab a big glob and it's going to come with us. And in it goes. Yay, jackpot. I almost forgot I'm going to need a couple other things. Small furnace and a crucible and a casting mold. The small furnace, of course, is for heating. Although just because it lets us, we're going to put it in here in the water. You know that's got to be hot if it can burn through the water. And our crucible goes right on top. And now we're going to add to the mix a tool I've never used before. The hand sorter. Pour resources into the sorter to split out the resource type that is on the tray. Okay, so I think if I put it right about there, I think in theory the parts that go on that tray there should pop out the front and go right into the crucible. And all the other crap will just pop out here. And of course what we want it to sort is this, iron ore. Okay, here goes nothing. Yes, worked exactly as intended. I guess I should be happy that sometimes it makes it in. No problem. Easy solution. We'll just make a backboard. See, there's nothing dirt can't solve. True. Now, I know it looks kind of grotesque, but it's hard to argue with results, isn't it? Yeah. See, there we go. Things are sorting just fine now. In fact, what are we bothering with this for? Let's move this guy, put it right over here, and then we can just simplify the whole process. I'm even going to build myself a little dirt ramp so I can get up there easier. Talk about an elegant and beautiful solution. And in you go. Yay, it's work. Oh, the game crashed.
First crash.
All right, fine, have it your way. We won't do it this way. And after several rounds of sorting by hand, it seems like we might have a perfectly sizable amount of iron in there. So that's when we go and get our casting mold, dump it in the water with everything else, grab our crucible with our hands, and dunk and smash it down for good luck.
Brave. I'd be too worried I'd lose it all.
Iron bar. First, we gotta head back into town, and we gotta use this here scale. And by that, I mean I'm not gonna pay 146 for my own. We're just gonna wait on the display model. Why pay when we don't have to? Okay, well, its weight is only 43, but it costs 521. Well, sure hope this thing is good enough. All right, let's give it a shot. I'm assuming this goes in here. And don't forget to hop inside and really get all that molten goodness all over your burning skin. Time to try and pull this lever. Huh. Guess this isn't enough. Well, no problem. We know the drill. It's as easy as grind and sort and melt and cast and weigh. Much better. And dunk and bathe. And now pull. Oh, there we go. Oh, geez. Well, that about did it, I guess. God, so much work. Oh, but how nice of the machine. It gave me my change. Well, we're going to need a lot of these things. So I guess give me a second here while I do this procedure a couple more times.
Hours later.
Okay, well that took freaking forever, but at least it was worth it. Weighs 9,571.96. I must have gotten real buff doing that, because I carry this around like it's nothing. And in you go. And make. So much more fun to watch from the outside. And thank you for my change. Hey, what happens if I just do another one of these without moving the first one? Only one way to find out.
Oh no.
Are there two in this spot? Oh, yeah, there sure are. Oh, okay, bye. Well, no reason to not just leave these up here while I keep making more of these. What about if I throw myself on there? Oh, boy. Oh, bummer, I'm still alive and not smashed into anvil paste. Okay, so I made a whole bunch of them, and they're all on that spot. So let's move them and... Well, you don't see that every day at 1 frame per second. Now, there's the magic I like to see. I'm glad it's able to hold itself up. I'm not sure I was expecting physics to get this broken, and I love it. Oh, what's happening? And everything's free again. And everywhere. Well, that was exciting. And I think we have a new goal. So back here with all these little trophy things, it looks like this forged iron intake booster only needs a weight of 60. We need to see how many of these we can make and how many of those can exist on that one spot on the anvil. But in order to accomplish that, we're going to need a lot more mining power, like automated mining power. So first, let's go around and collect all of these things, because my God, they found themselves going everywhere. How did you even get over there? How are you going to get them back? Easy. Come here. Okay, I think that's maybe all of them. Maybe. It's a big place. And I also noticed this contraption, but I think I understand what it's trying to say. This is us here. We put stuff in here, and it travels through the pipes, and then down here, and then who knows where. So I guess only one way to find out. Have a safe trip. And let's see, what I'm hoping is it shows up. There it is. I guess now we know how this thing works. So before we send the other ones out, we should probably go get the car. After all, that's a lot of transporting. And why do that when we've got this beautiful vehicle? Okay, that seems about good. And let's go ahead and just send them all at once. What could possibly go wrong? I couldn't help but notice as I keep loading more and more of these, the frame rate's getting that much more jagged. Okay, and last one. Let's see how it went.
Oh, works.
No way.
shot.
They actually all loaded on at once? My God, this
How?
is a Christmas miracle. Although my left tire doesn't seem to be liking this very much. Also, every time I stop and then start again, it like jerks forward. Well, whatever, I'll take it. I'm just completely impressed it worked at all. And now that we've got all these things, I think you know what happens next. So give me about 1,000,000 years to get these set up.
10 hours, 7 hours. I was close. I was close.
Okay, I think we've made good progress. As you can tell by little rocks bouncing off of the truck. Behold, my handiwork. Everything's
That
piped
is
and pumping and ready to drop
absolutely
rocks
terrible.
everywhere. And no, I don't want to
No
talk
wonder it
about
took
how long
7
it took me to
hours.
do this. Let's just agree to settle with a really long time. But hey, you know, it's hard to argue with results. Now, I know this doesn't seem like a lot now, but I'm sure in rapid succession, these little piles are going to start to get a whole lot bigger. So let's wait and see, shall we? Hold, please. Okay, so brace yourself. The frame rate right now, some might describe it as uneven. Can't say I blame them though.
PowerPoint.
There's like 8 bajillion pieces of rock now, with more on the
dude's
way
using
all the
slideshow.
time. Oh, merciful heaven. And one of my favorite parts is when we take a step back and all that stuff gloriously vanishes, we can still see our handiwork doing its thing 24/7. Although, you know, I've got this weird feeling that we're bordering on unplayable. Maybe getting some distance from this thing will help. Nope. No, it does not. So as much as I want to utilize all these resources, I actually think that now we have too many because this slideshow is, strangely enough, not ideal building conditions. So let's see if we can't reduce some of the debris. Over here in the shop, we have a new item that we're going to use just for that purpose. Handy dandy throwable TNT. Okay, here goes nothing.
Same thing.
I like how the sound effect for it went away long before it actually reached its target.
The game's just gonna
kaboom.
crash.
Oh yeah, I forgot that it converts things into little scrap cubes. So I guess that's not really gonna help reduce the lag because it's just making one item for another. Well, I hate to say it, but I think we're gonna have to go with the extreme option. Over in the menu, there's this button. Clear all dirt chunks. So say goodbye to all the work those machines did. Okay. Back in action. Now I realize that seems like a waste, but if there's one thing this process teaches us, there's always more where that came from. So here's something I'm kind of curious about. We need a bunch of iron, right? But does it actually need to be in bar form? Or can I just throw this thing directly into the crucible? Oh, good to know. What about other materials? What if I try to mix gold in? I see.
Bounces.
If you give it something that doesn't mix, it just bounces for all eternity. Well, sounds good to me. With that in mind, this couldn't be more simple. We just got to get these rocks ground up and then sent on over to Icehelm for smelting. And in order to do that, we're going to need some supplies. We're about to have some quality time with our best friends, conveyor belts. And last but not least, a trip to our personal favorite, Hobson's Power Works, to spend some quality time with our good friend Dynamite. Sorry, Nukes, you're a tad too powerful for this job. So the reason we need this Dynamite is we just don't have adequate space to get the conveyor belts in here. And sure, we could dig these things out, but where's the fun in that? See, isn't that much more pleasant? Just leave it to nicely placed dynamite to probably get the job done. Have a nice summer. Yep, that's how you know it's a good explosion. When the game runs at like 0.001 frames per second. Excellent.
No
See, look how
level.
perfect this is. So much room for mingling. I like to imagine as I'm assessing this
like a little
situation, I'm
swimming
just
pool
being
with dirt
constantly
chunks.
pelted by little rocks. Yes, thank you. It feels so good on my skin. Anyway, with all this open space, it's the perfect place to do some collection. And this is where conveyor belts come into play. Oh, but it's not like the old days. You used to be able to just put conveyor belts down on their own, but now they have to be hooked onto pipes. So before putting down any conveyor belts, first we have to create a system of pipes. Yeah, kind of like that. And now that it's hooked up to water, we can attach these things and off they go. So just like before, give me a second, because then this will turn into this. Ta-da! And then as it collects more and more rocks, oh my god, what is happening in the background? What are you doing, buddy? Stop it. I'm trying to explain the conveyor belts. It's so distracting. Anyway, as the rocks make their way over to the end, they all collect here, where they all follow their way down to, well, for the moment, they don't go anywhere. That is until we activate our next secret weapon, which is turning on creative mode. See, normally when you're placing items, you can only go so far with them before you're not allowed to build. But if instead we turn on creative mode, now when I take an item, I can place it anywhere in the world I want, which is what's going to allow us to expand our build. And actually, we're going to have these conveyor belts go the other direction, because we want to have them all be corralled over to this thing, where it ever so gracefully crawls its way up this conveyor belt. And look, sometimes you get random stowaways like that guy. Welcome to the belt. And and then all of our glorious struggling minerals, head on over here and up the ramp for glorious processing. And then these grotesque pile of minerals just travel for a while, where they take the scenic route all the way down the river, until eventually it's time for a nice big climb. Because you see, if we're gonna get all these materials all the way for smelting, they've got to clear this mountain. So it's around this point that we start to run out of water. And because all the conveyor belts are powered by water, we got to switch up our methods a little bit. So here comes the fun part, which is when all the materials take a nice little jump. Which is to say they're getting sucked up by magnets. Now, I don't claim to know how these magnet things work. All I can tell you is it allows you to pull minerals across the skies for a really long time. And they just slowly get pulled all the way. Like once we finish that first run, we've got even more all the way over to the entrance. At which point we have more conveyor belts waiting for you. And oh boy, it's showtime. Bye. Thanks, elevator shaft. Whatever, the important part is that minerals made it down here. Come on, you weird cluster of minerals. It's time to meet your fate, as a group, apparently. Can't wait to see how they deal with this little ramp I made here to make sure everything goes in. In it goes.
And the ones that don't bounce out.
Ah, excellent. Well, it comes as no surprise to me, but it looks like there's a couple problems with our system. I mean, things are coming, it's just taking a while. So I'm just gonna let this run for a little while, and we'll check back in a little bit. Okay, so I let this run for quite a while. Most of the rejected stuff just kind of bounces out, and now it looks like the crucible here is just a really messy barfer. Anyway, we got this thing in position, and also no, I have no idea how much is in there. I just know it's a lot. So let's start making some stuff. Oh, it's a little baby thing. You know, I got a better idea. Why don't we just build a bunch of things all in the same space? Ah, yes, very nice. The ultimate machine. And we'll just make all of these for a little while. Okay, so I've been at this for quite a while. You wouldn't know it by looking at this, but there's actually like, I don't know, like 300 machines in there. Maybe more. I don't know. I've been at this a while. So now let's get them moving and see what happens.
I see it. Oh, okay.
Is something happening? I can't really tell. Everything seems to be frozen. Still here. Still waiting to see if something happens. Hey, yeah, me again. No, we're still frozen. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it's gonna come back. I don't know. I have no idea.
That's a crash. That's a,
there it goes. It finally crashed. Well, I think we've laid waste to this place long enough. Now the only thing left to do is get rid of the evidence. I want to thank Dislyte again for sponsoring this video. You can check out the game for yourself using the link in the description below, or you can use this QR code. So I hope you had fun. I know I did, and I'll see you next time. Good video.
Good video. Very good, very good. Okay, once that's the end of it, if you want to watch the original video, it'll be in the description down below. I want to watch the newest video, it's probably up there. If you want to watch the videos suggested by YouTube, it's probably there. I will see you in the next video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you later. Laters.